Alright, so today starts with another trip to Menards so I can pick up more stuff, so hopefully I don't have to go back for a while. Alright, so there went another $100 today. I had to get stuff to mount our vent light above the shower, some tubing and a light bulb, and I forgot to get some paint tray things and stuff like that the other day. My main concern though was to try to find a shower trim kit that was going to work. And I told you before that our shower mixer was a real weird brand I didn't think was in business anymore. It was called Delex, D-E-L-E-X. And I couldn't find anything just a straight fit for Delex. So I did some research, and from what I understand, that company, the rights were sold to Delta. So Delta makes like replacement parts for them. So from what I understand, this trim kit should fit. So when I first saw it the other day at Menards, I saw there was the bolt hole there, and then there's one directly across from it down here at the bottom. And that is not what I have. I have two of them towards the bottom. So I didn't think this was going to work. So I did some research, and from what I understand, this kit will actually work. So when I flipped it around, it has the two bolts towards the bottom, so I'm hoping this will actually work. That will save me a lot of time and a lot of money. That kit we bought the other day that replaces the whole mixer was like 115 bucks, and this trim kit is only $45. So hopefully it works out, and that way I don't have to shut the water off and put a whole new system in. I'll still have to extend the pipe up top, but that's going to be a lot easier than putting a whole new mixer in. So hopefully this works out. That'll save me some cash and some time. Alright, so first things first, I went ahead and I wanted to try this out because that would determine if we had to add a brand new mixer or if this thing fit, and it does fit. It's pretty cool. The instructions said there was a type A, B, and C like handle assembly, and ours was a weird mix of all three. So we kind of mismatched the parts together, and it does fit. So I think we can get away with not have to change that mixer, which is awesome. It's going to save a lot of time and a lot of work. So all I do have to do is go ahead and take all this off. I need to remove the solder right here and pull out this pipe, and then I'll put in a longer one. And I also need to add some blocking for support, kind of like this piece, but just higher, so we can have a higher shower head. And that's all I got to do to mess with this. So that shouldn't take very long at all. Then I can start dealing with figuring out how to add the new light and vent up there. All right, so now that I only have to extend the pipe, I'm kind of test fitting stuff. So we bought a longer shower arms, 12 inches, and we have this huge kind of rainfall style head. So I've already pre-measured. Right now, as you can see, this thing is too low. I'd have to duck to use it, so we're going to go a lot higher. And because this would hang so much lower, because it's so huge, I think I'm going to put this way up here at 7'4", and then put this up here. I feel that would be plenty high enough. Plus, when I put the shower pan in, we're going to raise ourselves up about 3 or 4 inches. So I don't want to feel claustrophobic. So I think that would be pretty good. So we got to extend our pipe way up to 7'4". All right, so I got locking up, so now I can extend the piece of copper pipe up here. All right, it's starting to melt. It's on there pretty good. I hope I can put it on just as good as it's on there now. Oh, come on. So close. It's getting hot. It burns, it burns. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, this one is really on there good. It's corroded, and I'm trying to not catch my backer board on. Oh, there it goes. Backer board on. Oh, okay, perfect. All right, so I was trying to take the little shower head off of that little adapter there, and I put it in my vise because it was stuck. I heated it up, and it snapped off, and it broke off the threads in there. So I'm gonna have to run to Menards again to go grab another one. All right, so I got a new little thing here, and apparently this one just slips on. You don't have to solder or anything, but the bottom side I still have to solder. So I went ahead and added flux, and now I'm just gonna heat this up, solder it up, and then cross my fingers that it does not leak. Ah, that's hot. Alright, it's not pretty, but I think that might work. Alright, so we had the water shut off when I was adding the pipe, so I went out to turn it back on. So my wife was standing here to make sure that water's going to come out, and this little part blew out and shot water everywhere. It just completely soaked everything. So this sucks. Now we gotta figure out if this is going to work or if we have to replace it with another part, or if I need to just go ahead and undo that whole thing and add the other whole new mixer we bought. I don't know what we're going to do just yet. So let me get this dry and then I'll decide. Alright, so I think what happened is because the water was turned off and I drained all the water down in the basement, that it was just a burst of air pressure, just blew this thing out because it just has a little O-ring holding it in. But I lost all the springs and everything, so I have to go back to Menards and buy another one of these. So that'd be my, third trip today to the store. So we just have a fan running on it now, and hopefully this thing will dry out. I think the drywall's okay because my wife was standing right here holding the bucket above her head, expected water to come out here. She got blasted right in the stomach right here, just full water pressure. So the other bad thing is that it's leaking through the floor and it's actually dripping down our stairwell a little bit. It even got wet back here, our window, everything. So I'll run to the store. Hopefully I can find this part, put it in and move on because, man, it's been a disaster day so far. Alright, so I got the part, 26 bucks for this little thing, and I wasted about 30 minutes of our day to go get it. Also, the wall is still leaking, so who knows how long that's going to take to dry up. Alright, so I got the cartridge installed, and it went in real nice and easy. It's all brand new, it's not going to leak on us. And I put the old little ring on here that twists on, or screws on, so this thing is not going to blow out. So I just tested it, and it works just fine. Water come out. So we got the new extended pipe that goes up to the new little 12-inch extension. I didn't put any Teflon tape on it now. We're just kind of quickly testing it out, but it worked just fine. So it's kind of cool. This is not leaking right here. I was a little afraid that my solder job might not work out so well, but it worked out great. So we basically have a brand new faucet for about $40 less than the new one that we bought. So I'll go ahead and return that one. I think we'll go ahead and just use this. Alright, so I took the old light out and pulled all the guts out, and now I'm just labeling all my wires so I know what's what, because I think I'm going to have to go up in the attic and lay my new box in there. I think I have to cut a little bit bigger hole, and then I'll probably even have to wire it out there. And it's super dark and gross, so I'm not looking forward to doing that. Alright, and welcome to my creepy attic. So, I don't think I ever showed you this when we bought the house. They had a mailbox up in the attic that looked like the house when we first bought it. Light blue, the brown roof. I don't know, I thought that was kind of weird. But anyway, so there is the giant vent fan that has to fit in this space right here. So it seems like it'd be such an easy thing, but for whatever reason, this little metal bracket I think is attached to the bottom side of this joist with a nail. So I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes trying to break it free. This is why this job's taken forever. It should be so simple, but every little step takes forever to get done. Alright, so I know you can't see much, but right now I'm holding the box down and my wife is down in the shower cutting the hole because the hole in the box is a little bit bigger. So hopefully we can get this thing to slip through. And then you can see there's the little strapping right there. I'll have to nail those into the joist to keep it in position. And then it has a little exit here with a little, probably can't see, a little vent thing. So I have to run kind of a vent pipe out through the into the attic to get rid of all the moisture and all that. And then the wiring right here, I have to join those 3 wires with these over here, so hopefully they're going to stretch over there and fit. So anyway, I'll get this thing done and get out of this attic because it is hot. Alright, so it probably don't look like much, but I've been up here for a couple hours now trying to get this box mounted. We got the hole cut, it fits nice, but I was having a super hard time to get those brackets mounted to the joist. It took forever, and I couldn't get nails to go through, so I finally had to end up using some screws, and then it was just trying to fit my tools up here and everything. It was a real nightmare. So once I got it mounted, I thought it was an easy street then, and all I had to do was wire up, hook up my wires, and then I'd be done. But my problem was that both of these wires joined the old light over here kind of in this back corner. So they were the perfect length for that. But as you can see, my new wiring is over here in this corner. So this blue wire over here was about 3 inches too short. It used to end about here. So we finally fed some more through the wall, and I fished it around up here in the attic, and I finally got it where it's plenty long enough to meet there. All right, so then this white wire ended about right here. It was about 6 inches too short. And it was feeding over here, over this joist, underneath all the insulation, and then underneath this box here that you probably can't see it, but it's boosting our furnace up here in the attic. So I ended up fishing that wire out from everywhere, and I ended up feeding it around this way. And check it out, I got just lucky enough. I mean, it is exactly the perfect length. So now I can finally hook up that wiring. And then the last thing I got to do, there's a little vent pipe that comes off of here. So I'm going to hook up the ductwork from there and be done with this thing. Then I can go down in the shower and hook up the light and then turn it on and see if it runs, which I think it will, no problem. So then that's probably all I'm gonna get done for the shower today, because I need to start working on my skim coat from yesterday. I need to go and sand it up and then put another touch-up coat on there. And then I noticed that the ceiling, there's a few spots where I need to do a little touch-up skim coat on there too. And that's probably about all I'll get done for today. Alright, so I just spent probably another hour up there trying to get the wiring done and run the vent. It was not working out. I was getting really frustrated, so I finally got it done, and check it out. Works really nice now. Super bright, way brighter than the last one, and the fan runs, so that's pretty cool. So I don't think I'm gonna mess with anything else in the shower tonight, but I do need to go ahead and do some skim coat on the ceiling, and also, it's probably kind of hard to see because it's so bright, but that hole we cut around the light is a little bit rough, and when we put that cap on there, some of it still kind of shows, so I'm gonna have to kind of build that up with some joint compound as well. And then I'm gonna go ahead and sand all these walls I did yesterday, and then skim over them again real quick, and that's probably all I have time for tonight. And then tomorrow I got to try to get way more work done, because I sure thought I was gonna get more done today, but we kept having problem after problem. It was just one of those days. So that's probably good enough for the corner for now. I just want to just lightly smooth it out so that I can then feather out a lot more when I do my skim coat here in just a few minutes. Alright, so after sanding all these walls, I decided that some of them that are painted are pretty rough, so I'm just skimming real light over them as I'm doing the corner as well. Hopefully they'll help smooth them out a little bit, because they were pretty rough. Alright, so that's pretty much my last wall. I decided after I sanded it that these things were super terrible, so I just went over all of them that are going to be exposed because they had really rough paint on them. So anyway, I'll let those dry, and then tomorrow I should sand, and hopefully I won't have to touch them anymore. And today was pretty eventful. Lots of things went wrong. The shower exploded, and I had all kinds of issues with that vent, but we finally got it all figured out. So tomorrow I should be able to start fitting in the shower pan and hopefully start hanging the cement board in there and get that shower kind of built out. So anyway, this thing's starting to come along. Hopefully it'll be done pretty soon, and thanks for checking it out. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. I really appreciate that. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. That really helps get it out in front of other people that might like to check it out too. And if you haven't subscribed, be sure to do that to keep up with more videos. And if you want to see some other projects I have some here on the screen and down in the description below as well.